thank you for tuning in to Sundays at the Square. We are back with two great guests that we have with us today. Hey, y'all. Want to say hello to all of our live stream audience right
good
now.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Really excited about the guests that I have here. I'm going to allow them to introduce themselves. Going to start with this beautiful lady that I'm looking at. She's gorgeous, y'all. Isn't she beautiful?
Oh, thank
All my
you.
live people. See, look at that beautiful woman right there.
Thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am. Let you introduce yourself.
I'm Keisha Miller Blocker. I'm a real estate investor. I've been doing real estate since 1997.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you're not new to this. You're true to this.
Exactly.
You've been doing this for quite a while. Awesome.
Yeah.
And then I have
Eugene Alexander. Good afternoon, everyone. Hello. Real estate investor with Five Hills Investors. I am from Coppers Cove, Killeen, Texas. And I've been involved in real estate investing since August of 2016.
awesome.
Yes.
Okay. So I want to get right into it. Eugene hit me up. I would say it was maybe a couple of weeks ago, and he was telling me about some opportunities that he had, and he was also talking about maybe coming on the radio show. And I was interested in finding out why I would bring a real estate investor on a community talk show. Well, when talking to him, he definitely convinced me that what he is doing in the community is extremely important, and it's something that our listeners may want to hear about. So I want to allow Eugene to kind of talk about what it is that you all are doing, and in real estate, because a lot of times people, they think of real estate, the first thing that comes to mind is money,
Right.
or a whole lot of money,
Right.
but what you were telling me earlier, it actually sounds like it may even be affordable for some families to be able to sell their property if they need to,
Right.
sell it quickly,
Right.
that you don't have to give up. I love that, because we've always heard about, when the economies crashed and different things happen, illness, job
Right.
loss, divorce, and whatever else, you need to be able to sell your property, but a lot of
Right.
times people give up.
Right.
And so I want to talk a little bit about what you were talking to me about, and how you're giving hope to families.
Great, Tony. I appreciate you allowing us on your radio show. You're doing great things within the
Yes.
community. I'm
Yes.
connected with you via social media. This is my
Thank
second
you.
time here. So once again, we're blessed and highly favored to be here and have this opportunity. We're working with homeowners that's going through a job loss, job transfer, divorce, medical illness, death in the family, and they need to sell their house as is. They don't have the money to fix their house up, and we could come in as a problem solver, and we could buy their house for cash directly from them as is. 9 out of 10, what the community does, they reach out to real estate agents, but the brokerage, they do not insure these properties. They won't even list the properties at all if the property has a roof issues, if they haven't replaced it within 3 years. The VA is not going to approve it for a home loan. The FHA is not going to approve it for the home loan. So we're working with homeowners in emergency situations, and the realtor just can't help them. And I had my real estate license previously before, back in 2007, and I knew nothing about real estate investing. If the house didn't fit our profile, we just couldn't list our property for them. And the human body goes through what is called a fight or flight response, and people just take flight and they'll let their house sit there vacant. And we just want to get this information out here to the community that we are providing win-win solutions that is fair within the community.
Now, this question goes to Keisha.
Okay.
One of the things that he touched on was the houses being vacant. What does that do if a house is vacant?
Well, we all know that if a house is vacant, it brings the property value down. When they look at houses in the neighborhood, they're called comps in the neighborhood, and that's how they come up with the value of your house. So if a house is vacant in the neighborhood, it brings your property value down, as well as people going in the house, squatters, people setting the properties on fire. So it's just a list of things that could go on when houses sit vacant.
Right.
Right.
Right. And so it brings the property value down for the overall neighborhood, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay. So in essence, what happens when you purchase one of these properties? What you guys are doing?
When we purchase the property, we have a list of investors that come in, fix the property up, and get it back looking good, in great condition, which it actually raise your property value. So it helps you with your property value. And it also gives, somebody that can't afford $100,000, $200,000 home, they can live in a nice house totally redone at a decent price.
At a decent price.
Right. Right.
So is everything pretty much the same, like as far as your credit? You have to have good credit to purchase these types of homes, and I think they say you always want to have like a credit score of at least 640 or something like that. And
Well, that
all of
depends on the bank.
Right.
Each bank
they
is
still
different.
go
It's
through
different
the bank
situations. Yes.
to purchase.
Yes, yes. You'll still have to have your funding to get the property.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. But you'd be able to get it at a much better price.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
And so, where are you guys currently purchasing and redoing these homes? What area?
Well, I'm buying all over Texas. If the numbers
Yes.
make sense,
Yes.
I can buy the property. Even outside of Texas, we can still buy their properties. It's basically on the numbers and the market, such as when we say market, we don't want to specifically buy within war zone areas. But if it's in a good market and the numbers are good, we can buy the property as is cash for them. And one thing I just wanted to touch bases on, when let's say you got approved for a brand new FHA loan, VA loan, you don't want to move across the street and it's a vacant house that is tore up from the floor up.
Right.
So, we reach out to these homeowners personally and educate them on the process that their house doesn't just have to sit there. And if it sits there, I sent you the email about the city of Killeen.
Oh, yeah.
They're about to tear down these properties.
Oh, well, no, I didn't get that email. Tell me about this email.
Yeah, I sent it to you. Killeen put in the newspaper that they're about to be tearing down these properties that's violating code. They've been sitting here for 20 years.
And no one is done.
Nothing's
Okay.
going on. And what's going to happen is eventually, the auction, the bank is going to take over the property. You don't pay your taxes. It's going to go through the tax process. So we reach out to these homeowners before all of that actually occurs, and we can provide them a cash offer.
So if that, say the city tears down their property, they still owe and they still have to pay?
No, they don't have to pay
No.
for that. Only if it's a fire burnt property.
Oh, okay.
And they didn't have insurance or they don't repair it. The city of Killeen will give you 90 days. And if you don't fix it up with 90 days, they'll bulldoze your property and write you a check in the mail. But in Copper's Cove, it's not like that. If you got a fire burnt property, it could sit there for 20 years because the city doesn't have the budget to fix the property. So we reach out to all homeowners, fire burnt properties, like I said, job loss, job transfers, divorce, medical illness. The house might be an ugly house and we'll still buy it. And what's great about me and Keisha is that we're not a franchise organization, so we don't have to come in like super, super low where it's offending them.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So that's what makes us more flexible, and instead of people reaching out to the realtor or the corporation and they're like, man, I know my house is worth
More
this-
than what they're trying to give
what
me.
they're trying to give
They're
me.
lowballing me.
Right. So that's why we could come in and make it where it's fair. It's a win-win for all parties involved. And me and Keisha, we can actually rehab the properties ourselves. But
Awesome.
yeah, it is a longer process. It is a more of a learning opportunity, but we can do that ourselves. It just depends on the speed, the market. You got some investors that just like to buy and hold properties, and they'll just use it as rental. And you even have like older people that has money and they want to buy properties for their grandkids, and they'll buy it and put the grandkids in there. So I mean, it's a lot of flexibility that we have. We're very creative.
Awesome. If you're just tuning in to Sundays at the Square, I'm your host, Toni Ringgold, and right now I'm sitting down with Miss Keisha Miller Blocker. No, is that right?
Yes,
Keisha
yes.
Miller Blocker and Eugene Alexander,
Alexander.
and we are talking about real estate investment. We're talking about some very interesting information that I've never heard of before, but I think that it's something that can really help a lot of people. You know, I was reading about a story about a lady who had cancer. She was diagnosed with cancer.
Right.
And she lost everything. And she had just gotten a really good job. She had purchased her first home, and she lost it all. And you know, looking at what you're doing, and one of the things I see here, you put on medical illness.
Right.
For someone that may be going through something like that, are you guys able to help them?
Yes.
In most cases, yes.
Okay. If I see it says you could get a free no obligation offer, cash offer on your house.
Right.
So if someone wants to get in contact with you to get more information about this process, how can they do that?
254-307-2411, Eugene Alexander. You can find me on Facebook. Eugene Alexander is on my profile. It will say We Buy Houses. And they can connect with me, the phone, social media, and reach out to me. And with the free offer, basically what that means, we are not charging to come out to your property and to tell you how much that your property is actually worth.
Assess it.
So that's actually great, because I know most of the time you have to hire an appraiser,
Exactly.
and so you're able to offer this service to them free of charge.
Free of charge.
Free of charge.
That's something in and of itself that's awesome, because I know that most of the time you have to pay an appraiser to come out and appraise the home, and so folks, this is an opportunity for you to get this done free of charge. And don't just call and try to have somebody do it. Just if you don't waste people's time now, people.
Please
But
don't.
yeah, don't waste people's time. But if you're really interested and you want to do something, and you need to get rid of your place quick. So if someone wants to sell quickly, if they have a decent place and they want to sell quickly, what's usually the turnaround if they want to sell it to you?
Oh, we can close as fast 10 days.
10 days.
Cash. 30 days cash.
No work. They don't have to do any
They don't
work.
have to do anything.
Wow. Did y'all hear that, people? That sounds like, what's the catch? That sounds too good to be true.
Don't
Don't
they-
it, folks?
No.
It sounds too good to be
It's
true.
No,
not.
it's the same
It's not.
show. The show that's on TV right now in Waco, Texas. We're doing the exact same thing.
Exactly.
But we're not a franchise organization, so we don't have to come in extremely low like that.
So,
know?
Keisha, why real estate?
Real estate, it's been my love for a long time. It helps people. I have properties in Little Rock, Arkansas that I hold, and I rent out to HUD One. So it's been my love for a long time. I love to see a property go from totally a disaster to something beautiful, and then it becomes someone's home. So you're always helping people with real estate.
Awesome.
Real estate is the way to go.
Now, did you how did you meet somebody to help bring you in? How did that happen?
I had a real estate mentor that I met, and I actually bought a house from him for my mother.
Okay.
So after that, I decided, okay, I want to get into real estate. So yeah, I had a great mentor that kind of held my hand, showed me the way, and I've been blessed through it.
Awesome.
I've been blessed through it.
Awesome. And Eugene, you kind of touched on a little bit earlier.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You've been in around real estate all your life. Your grandmother?
Yeah,
was in
my
real estate?
grandmother, she does Section 8 rentals. I was watching infomercials, flip houses like your hair is on fire, flip houses like pancakes. And I took action, reached out to a mentor, invested in this program, and we've been rocking and rolling ever since.
Awesome. I think that's amazing what you guys are doing. I think it's really important. And, especially in some of our urban communities, people don't even think that they could even purchase a home or that they can sell their home.
That's right.
they don't really feel like there are any options because we're programmed to think that,
Right.
oh, well, you can't, there are no options for you. If you don't have the money, then
Yes.
that's just it. But it sounds like to me that what you guys are doing is you're bringing hope to the community for those that need to that need to sell quickly, and
Right.
then making opportunities for those, like you said, who may not be able to afford $100,000 or $200,000 home, but they may be able to afford it at a different price,
Right.
and it's giving them that opportunity as well. Something else you touched on before we got on air, you talked about how a lot of the projects were being closed down and people were being moved. Talk a little bit about that real quick.
Yes, in the different states, they had the projects. I don't, I'm sure they had them here. They had them in every state. And the reason they closed the projects down was to put the people in communities where there were working people so that they can see that. They felt like, okay, if they see a person that's going to work every day, they'll want to work instead of being in a projects, which most of the people in the projects, they don't work because the truth is, if they work, your food stamps get cut off. You have to pay more in rent. So it just made sense for them not to work. So they closed the projects down and they gave out more HUD-1 vouchers. They had nice apartments that some people pay rent, some people pay Section 8. So they felt like, okay, we'll put you in this environment and it'll become you. So it's been great. It's been great.
Right. And so
Definitely
you guys, in essence, are doing that how?
We're doing that through helping people that cannot qualify for the higher end houses that can qualify for the lower end, but it's still nice. It's the American dream.
So when you fix them up, do y'all make them nice, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the American dream. It's the American dream. So it's really helping people.
Look at you. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
When I get ready to purchase, I'm gonna go to you guys first.
Please.
I will, because at some point, I think that is a part of the American dream.
It is.
I think it's like, okay, you have arrived, so to speak, when you're able to finally purchase your own home.
Exactly. And then when you think about renting, okay, what you pay for rent, you could be owning. So we have
Be
to get out
yours.
of that. Yeah, we have to get out of that mentality. Okay, we're going to pay you rent instead of having for ourselves.
So let me ask you this. For those people that have credit issues and they want to be able to purchase, do you guys send them to like a credit repair person, or do you have anyone you recommend?
It's funny you said that. I just spoke with Eugene about that, saying that we need to start helping people that credit is not so good.
Yeah,
I just spoke with Eugene, but I
well,
think Eugene's got some.
I have an extensive network of friends, people I know personally that can help people with credit.
Okay.
Whatever the situation is, and even if they want to list their house for the full market value, we can help them. But what's going on with the community is a lot of people just don't know about the options they have available to them.
Right.
And even if they even have a note on their property, we can save their house from foreclosure. We got investors that'll take over the note for them, and instead of that getting foreclosed on, now it's on your credit for the next 10 years.
Right.
A lot of people within the community are just not aware of these options. In Willow Springs, they had a auction, some foreclosures, and it just made the market go down. But if I knew people in that community and they reached out to me, we could have stopped all of that. Me and Keisha both, we could have stopped those foreclosures. People, if we just got to get this information out there, because we really have a genuine passion, a genuine desire of helping others, making a difference within the community, and we could do that by real estate investing.
I'm gonna call y'all.
And you can connect with me, Keisha Miller Blocker, on Facebook, and my number is 501-612-3393.
Okay.
But another thing I wanted to touch on, we might want to educate them on when it foreclosed, what really happens to your property value.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. For instance, say that your property came in at 100,000. You had just a lot of foreclosures in your neighborhood. So with the foreclosures, the bank, they're not in the business to keep the properties. They're going to auction them off. They're going to auction them off at probably a great deal. Somebody's going to come in and buy the property, maybe 50,000. Well, when they buy the property for 50,000, now your 100,000 went all the way down to 50 because that's your comparable in the neighborhood.
What?
Yeah, so when they're comparing the prices in the neighborhood, they have to go with, okay, what's sold in the neighborhood? What's sold just like your house, just like your 3-bedroom, 2-bath, your 2-bedroom, 2-bath.
Right.
So it's important. It's important to get them before they go into foreclosure.
And you know what, Keisha, out there.
Now, if you get it before it goes into foreclosure and say you purchase it at a good price, it's not going to make the property value go down.
No, it goes up because remember, we're going in. We have investors that's going in, fixing them up, and they're putting them back on the market for
comparable prices, or if not higher.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's exciting. That's okay.
Yeah.
I'm learning. I like to learn.
Good.
If you're just tuning in to Sundays at the Square, I am your host, Toni Ringgold, and I'm sitting here with Miss Keisha Miller Blocker. I'm also sitting with Mr. Eugene Alexander, and we are talking about real estate. We're talking about bringing hope back into the community, especially for those that need to sell their house quickly. If you feel like you're about to go into foreclosure for whatever reason, job transfer, job loss, medical illness, divorce, or anything else, you guys need to get in touch with either Eugene or Miss Keisha. Miss Keisha's number is 501-612-3393. Eugene's number is 254-307-2411. I'm going to say that again. Miss Keisha is 501-612-3393. And Mr. Alexander is 254-307-2411. I want to thank you guys so much for coming in today. This is some valuable information.
Yeah.
Guys, if you're facing foreclosure or facing, you don't know how you're going to be able to afford where you're living and you want to be able to get rid of this place, do not feel like all hope is lost and that you're not able to do so. Don't just run away. There are people that are willing to come in, give a free assessment of your place, and be able to purchase it and get something for you in as quick as 10 days.
10 days.
That is amazing.
No
in
days.
and of
10 days.
itself. Like I said, it sounds
Yes.
too good to be true, but I believe these folks, because I don't think they would have came on the radio and lied. So,
They're doing it every day.
We just had the biggest real estate event 2 weeks ago in Killeen.
that was the one I wanted to make. I didn't get to make
Mhm.
that one, but that's awesome. Again, I want to thank you so much for coming into Sundays at the Square. I'm your host, Toni Ringgold. Want to thank Mr. Tavares Bethel, my first guest who came in, who was talking to us about the hashtag Stop the Violence KTX. They're having an event on Friday, February 3rd, and it's going to be from 7 to 9 p.m. at the Killeen Arts and Activities Center. They're bringing in Mr. Nuri Muhammad. He is going to bring some inspiration to build some intestinal fortitude. I love the way that Mr. Tavares put that. He's going to come in and he's going to bring some inspiration and, just help us through some of this. And then they have a strategic plan in place to help to combat the violence that is going on in Killeen, Texas. He is also co-founder of Freedom Ties, www.freedomties.com. And what that is it is a business that goes and helps the community. 50% of each of the proceeds from that each month is going to go to help a worthy cause. If you are a worthy cause and you would like to be able to apply for this, you need to get in touch with Mr. Tavares, and you can go on www.freedomties.com. They sell these really nice neckties, bow ties, and even if you don't wear a tie, buy the tie, support it.
Absolutely.
Support it because give it to your cousin or something. But if 1,000 people spent $20 on a tie, that means that's $10,000 going to a worthy cause.
Absolutely.
And to me, I think that's I like those odds. And so we want to keep things going in the community, and it takes a village. And again, I want to thank Miss Keisha Miller-Blocker and Mr. Eugene Alexander for
yes.
coming
Thank
in,
you.
educating us on the real estate thing and letting us know that if something happens and we need to sell our place quickly, there are people that'll come in that will give you a free estimate, and as quick as 10 days, we'll be able to turn that property around, get you some money in your pocket, and be able to fix it up and make it beautiful for someone else.
And Tony, I just want to let the community know that we do provide referral fees. $500 for a referral. All we need is a name and a number, and when that property closes, $500.
What? Let me find some.
With your
Y'all
name on.
inbox me. Okay, everybody inbox me. Toni Ringgold. Let me get this going, okay? RINGGOLD. Y'all hear that, folks? All my people out there, make sure. Toni refers you.
Hey,
No, well, thank you so much for
Thank
tuning in to
you.
Sundays at the Square. I hope everyone has a wonderful Sunday. We are going to have us a great Sunday, and I hope everyone has a wonderful work week next week. Have a blessed day.
all right,
Thank you so much.
Stay blessed.
Welcome.